So now we've moved below the diaphragm line. You need to decide where the waistline is. So if you think where the pelvic line is, where the colour changes, or where the oval would finish, below the diaphragm, it's going to be about halfway, the narrowest point of the foot. So I'm only working in this area for the next few moves. First thing is to open the zones for the internal organs. And all you do is crisscross thumb walking from side to side to cover the area that we're working on. Then we'll repeat that on the other side. So again, decide where the waistline is, start on the waistline, crisscrossing, and work slowly up. If you're not comfortable with crisscross, then you can just thumb walk one way, thumb walk back. As you get more confident with the movements, then you'll soon be happy to do both at the same time. Cover, and back to the right foot. Now we're going to start doing the individual internal organs. The first one is the adrenal gland, so below the metatarsal pad, go in and up, and then rotate. Avoiding the tendon, and again this is probably another of the painful ones. Adrenaline, the fight or flight hormone. Change to the other foot. And again, in and up, and rotate. And we're moving onto the stomach, but staying on this foot, because the reflex for the stomach is on the same side of the body as the stomach, so it's on the left foot, and all we have to do is thumb walk the area that we did before to open the internal organ zones, but not zone 5. Again, if you're happy with it, you can use crisscross. If not, walk across, walk back from zone 1 to zone 4. Back to the other foot. Another really simple reflex, the liver reflex, and it's exactly the same as the move we did for the internal organs. The liver is mainly on the right, though it does go across to the left side of the body. When we work the reflex, we work all the zones from 1 to 5. So this time I am going across to the outside of the foot. Stay on this foot for the gallbladder reflex. It's between zone 4 and 5, somewhere between the waist and the diaphragm line. The first part of this move is to very gently thumb walk up that line. What I want to feel is there's a little dip. So I'm just testing out to find where that dip is. When I find it, then I do the move that we did for the diaphragm. So I'm going to rotate with my thumb and rotate the whole foot. So that was the gallbladder reflex. Pancreas reflex is back on the other foot. The pancreas lies underneath the stomach. So the reflex area we're going to work is a diagonal line across there, and all you do, start on the waistline and thumb walk up to zone 4. So I'm not going into zone 5. Slide back and walk along that line several times. And that's the pancreas reflex. So now we've got to the duodenum. It's just below the adrenal gland reflex, and this time I'm going to thumb walk, but I'm going to thumb walk in a very tight half circle. So that's the move. If you think about starting with the inside of your thumb, rolling round to use the other edges. So that was the inside, that square on, and now I'm using the other side. Or you can turn your whole hand. And then repeat with the other thumb on the other foot. So the duodenum on the other foot. And then we're going to stay on this foot for the spleen. So the spleen, the last of the internal organs, just on zone 3, zone 4, and zone 5. So it's simply just thumb walking from the waistline up to the diaphragm line in those 3 zones. And then we're going to move on next time to the kidney.